Your Bible might be falling apart. Bibles have always been a part of my life, but it wasn't until I started taking them apart and then putting them back together that I noticed a few trends. Allow me to break it down into two different categories. Typically in today's world, there is Smyth sewn binding or perfect binding. Now, to play a little bit of a game, between these two Bibles, which do you think is holding up the best? Many of you may have thought that the blue one would be holding up better, but truth be told, it's not. This Bible is a Children's Crusade Bible that was printed at some point in the 1970s or 1980s, and it is perfect bound. This Bible, on the other hand, was printed in the early to mid 20th century, and it is what's known as Smyth sewn. Now, that blue Bible, like I mentioned, otherwise known as perfect binding, is not so perfect. Of course, this is one that's been passed down and will continue to be passed down over time. Nevertheless, it's already falling apart and the cover couldn't even stay on because of this bowing that happens here. And this happened because it's only held together by a thick industrial glue strip. This perfect binding came on soon after World War II with an industrial boom. It happened because it was quicker to manufacture and pump out, especially in paperbacks. Now for our older Bible. Obviously, it looks a little bit rougher. It's coming apart a bit more, and even the material that's holding it together is fraying. But if you'll look just behind this paper spine here, you can see as the dust comes away that there are sewn signatures underneath this chiseled book cloth that have held this together over the years. Now, Smyth sewn binding is done in a series of sections. As you can see, each of these individual spines here are pages that are folded together, sewn, and then sewn together into the larger collective. That's why, even though this Bible and its material on the external is seemingly worse off, it has held up better over time, and it's all because of the manufacturing. Now, this is nothing new. Although surprising, over the course of my rebinding career, older Bibles have almost always held up better than newer Bibles. And that's because of that sewn versus glued binding. All that being said, if your Bible is falling apart, specifically because you notice the spine bowing like this, chances are you may have a perfect binding. If you have a Bible that is as old as this one, dating back to the 1940s to 1960s, that is still trucking, even though the cover is falling off, chances are you may have a Smyth sewn Bible. Either way, both of these Bibles were falling apart in their own right and are now under my care. Both of them are gonna get a reinforced spine and are gonna be taken care of with a new cover and a second life. So if your Bible is falling apart because the spine can't stop bowing and that glue is quitting, or if your cover is coming undone, but that spine is still trucking, reach out to me. Let me take care of your prized possession.